Hello, this is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. I at least thought about manga today. It was like 6 o'clock, and I had stopped painting, and I was just like, I should do something before the podcast. What should I do? Should I read Witch Hat Atelier? And I'm just like, and then I said, huh, for like 30 minutes. So I didn't do it.
He's like, yeah. No,
I
I
gotta
get
get
that.
back to that though.
Yeah. I hi, I'm Joey, and I had a very uneventful week in terms of anime. Just not really anything on the docket. It's been a busy one.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to pick a new show to like finish because
What do
the
you
last thing I finished was Solo Leveling, so I have
yeah,
no idea what I'm gonna pick next.
what's on the list? What's on the short list?
Well, I would probably pick something that I've like got a little bit of a ways into.
Mm,
Maybe I'll go back to the Masterful Cat at some point because I did get like a chunk of that done, and those were short episodes, which has been
yeah,
appealing
you,
for me lately. So,
yeah, you could do that.
hmm
I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna get into next. I might I need to get back to Golden Kamuy, but
yeah.
after that I might get back on Castlevania
Ooh,
so I can watch the new series
there is what's it called, Nocturne?
Nocturne.
I have to watch that as well.
Hmm.
I thought about it, but I haven't. I just haven't touched it. That's all.
Um, anyway, you want some news?
Yeah, let's have some news.
I got two news, and unfortunately, it's bad again. Because
Oh,
another beloved voice actress has died.
yeah, I saw that.
This
Freaking
one,
Lisa.
yeah, this one fucks me up personally. Atsuko Tanaka passed away at 61 from an undisclosed illness. She'd have been
Mm-hmm.
apparently been suffering from, and that fucks me up, man, because I've heard her a lot.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
She was Makoto Kusanagi.
Mm-hmm.
She was also incidentally Hanami from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is true. I
She's
forgot
she
about that.
she was in the fucking Berserk animated series from the 90s. She was Slan.
Good for her. Do you know how old she was?
Well, she was 61. I said it a second
Oh,
ago.
okay. I'm sorry. I completely missed it. That's not
Most
that old.
most recently, she was Flam from Freerun.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
right.
Freerun's master, and it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's really bittersweet, actually.
Yeah, that's really sad.
um, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Um, And I have some One Piece live action news because some people talked to Oda about it,
Oh,
and he's just like,
rub my little hands.
I'll tell you everything about it. I don't give a shit." Um, so yeah, he's laid out what it's going to cover. Uh, this will be more to you than me. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to cover Logue Town, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island.
Oh, okay. So we're not even making it to Alabasta this arc.
Yeah, a lot of people were
Fascinating.
relieved that they didn't try and squeeze Alabasta
Yeah,
in.
because Alabasta is a very long arc,
It's
and
a chunky thing.
there's a lot of stuff to cover before that even. So yeah, that's seems like a good amount of stuff. Drum Island, I believe, is Chopper's arc.
Yeah, it's Chopper.
So
He mentioned, "What are you gonna do about Chopper? I'll never tell."
that's one secret he's keeping, huh?
He's apparently been causing the showrunners to tear their hair out with the things that he asked for. Uh,
Oh,
this is in his own words. Uh,
I mean, listen, I respect him. I respect you, Oda. You're making an actual good live adaptation, and I am here for it.
let's see. He mentions that Ace is going to be in.
Yes.
There will
We're
be
gonna
a.
meet Ace. We gotta meet Smoker because he's a Logue Town like person. I guess we'll meet Tashigi as well.
Let's see. Callum Kerr is going to be Smoker, and Julia Rewald is going to be Tashigi. So
Nice.
I don't know most of these actors, but
Yeah.
well,
And we'll have to meet Alvita again, but she's gonna be skinny this time, which is weird. Unless they
I,
like decide not to do that this time.
um, all I have to say about this casting is that we did have a disgusting conversation about Mr. Three because of it. Um,
We can't go there again.
I will not go there again. Um, anyway, you had something you wanted to bring last week, and you apparently did not forget what it was.
I
So
did not forget. I put it on hold because what we watched last week we did have to confront.
we did. It
Um,
was part of the vow we take as podcasters.
yes. It's fine. We confronted it. It's out of the way. And this week we are free to open Akudama Drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see this week.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Let's drive, I guess.
Me checking my Uber Eats delivered by courier to find that my Whataburger has been rendered into a molecular paste by his Spider-Man motorcycle shit.
Yeah. Haha, I take a bite.
Whoa, haha, I take a bite indeed. This is this is an undifferentiated paste.
All I could think
So,
was, oh no, God has slighted our couriers once more.
mhm,
This keeps happening. Oh God.
mhm. He's certainly a type of mailman. So I guess I'll read the blurb here,
Yeah, sounds good.
because you picked the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the bustling metropolis of Kansai, where cybernetic screens litter the neon landscape, may seem like a technological utopia at first glance, but in the dark alleyways of the brightly lit buildings, an unforgiving criminal underbelly still exists in the form of fugitives known as Akudama. No stranger to these individuals, Kansai police begin the countdown to a public execution of the infamous Akudama cutthroat, guilty of killing 999 people. However, a mysterious message is sent to several elite Akudama, enlisting them to free Cutthroat for a substantial amount of money. An invisible hand seeks to gather these dangerous personas in one place, ensuring that the execution is well underway to becoming a full-blown bloodbath. Full-blown bloodbath.
That's a tongue twister and a half.
Full-blown
Full blown
bloodbath.
blood. Full blown bud. Full blood.
So, so yeah, let me find. Okay, I've got something funny to tell you.
Okay,
I do
let's
not
have it.
know uh, our main character's name because it is not listed.
Yeah, they don't say it, and they are going to
She,
just, I think, call her Swindler
so
throughout
they're
the
going to
whole
do
show.
that, but you want to know what it is listed as?
Oh, okay.
Amongst all of these, she is ordinary person,
Oh, that's very funny.
regular woman.
Girl. This is our
Um,
main character, Lady.
so yeah, we'll we open on Kansai, which by the way, Kansai is like a region and not like a city. So
Yeah.
what this leads me to believe is that Osaka has like blown up like a tick and swallowed all of the Western Japanese countryside.
Yeah, it does seem like that. It's
uh,
very large and sprawling.
these people went to like the Blade Runner school of hey, there should be holograms everywhere, but they like took it
Hmm.
way too far.
It's like very maximalism. It's a little like it's very busy. It's almost a little much.
It's like steps away from the like fucking altered reality hell from that one anime we watched way back. Um, but but here it's like textual. You could see it with your regular eyes.
Yeah.
Um, so so yeah, we get a lot of shots of just orange ass city.
Yeah, it's not very often you see the very orange cyberpunk aesthetic.
It is a very orange city. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and walking around it is an ordinary person who I guess we'll call Lady for now.
A
Um,
woman.
we'll call her Lady like DMC.
Yeah,
Um,
like Devil May Cry.
so so what Lady's deal is she's a regular person, you see? She actually looks like she's from like a fucking like anime music video, but other than
A little bit. She's
um,
got like purple hair.
she's got a little bit of streaks in her hair. She's got some eyes on her, but yeah, she's just hanging around. She's she's going through a crosswalk. Actually, she's walking over a bridge. I think. Yeah, footbridge with like a 4 lane street through the middle, and she sees a cat while
Mm-hmm.
she's doing this. And the cat's about to stray into the street, and she goes, "Oh shit!" And goes to pick up the cat, and somebody almost hits her and yells at her, and she's like, "Oh, go by the side." Um,
Yeah.
uh, Literally, all she was doing out was like trying to figure out what to buy for groceries to
Yeah,
take
she was
home.
just like, what am I going to have for dinner tonight?
And she jogs away from the street because she's embarrassed, and she has a cat in her arms, so
Mm-hmm.
she quickly exits her arms.
Yeah.
And she finds herself sort of on a side street where there's a guy buying takoyaki from a stand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Ah,
Enter
takoyaki.
Stinky Boy number one.
I haven't had that in forever." He's so what's interesting about him is he's completely bland, except for the fact that he's kind of a asshole.
Yeah.
He's got a filthy mouth. That's one of the
Mm-hmm.
things.
And he
But
delivered package.
yeah, he's got he's getting on his motorcycle after eating some takoyaki, and she notices that he's left like a 500 yen coin on the ground. She's like, "Sir, you left your money." And she like wanders away from the lady that she's ordered her takoyaki from. It's like, "Here, you take your money," and he's just like, drops money's bad luck, and he like throws his trash on the ground and
He just
motors.
leaves. Yeah. She's
Um,
like, you're not supposed to litter, you jackass.
um, and the old lady is like, "Hey, your food's ready." She's like, "Oh, okay." Uh, and she's uh she's just like, "All right, that'll be 500 yen." She's like, "Oh, okay, here's my seal number." She's like, "We take cash only." This is like in this day and age, which by the way, if the IRS is to be believed, cash only businesses are suspicious. Report them immediately.
I mean, this lady isn't very nice, so like maybe.
She is a bitch,
She is a bitch.
but that is not the position of this podcast. Do not report cash only businesses. Fuck the man. Um,
Yeah.
what you do with those people is between you and them. Um, the Internal Revenue Service has no part of it. Um,
Yeah, but don't get arrested by some
yeah,
food
for
stand lady.
somebody who's running a cash only food stand, she's awfully quick to call the police. But
This poor girl, she's just like, I'll call someone and get my money. I'll be right back. She's like, no, you're gonna die in a dash.
yeah, literally, there's a convenience store behind her.
Yeah.
Like what I figured was going to happen is she would just be like, "Oh, I'll just leave the food here and I'll hit up the ATM in there." No, the lady calls the fucking cops on her because she thinks she's gonna die in a dash, and they get there like immediately. Just like
Yeah, and the next shot is her in the back of a police vehicle.
the nightmare of fucking fascist policing in the cyberpunk
Here's
world.
my thing. The thing is, she won't spend the coin that got dropped on the ground,
Yeah,
this 500 yen. I was like, this is stupid. You are an idiot.
I
Even if you
would
want to
spend the
return
coin.
this coin, you could just go withdraw another 500 yen coin. You could just fucking do that.
I extremely strange mindset on this woman. Because like she calls after him and he doesn't answer,
He
and that's
doesn't.
where I would have left it. I would just be like 500 yen for me then.
Yeah, no, not only does he not answer, he does answer. He says, I don't want it. It's bad luck.
Well, no, he doesn't answer the first time.
Fair enough. But yeah,
But
no.
yeah, she
It's
gets
your
stuck.
coin,
She gets
girl.
stuck. She gets stuck waiting to plead her case and misdemeanor holding to a fucking faceless police robot.
Yeah.
Meantime, we got to go back to him because he's a special asshole. You see,
Yes.
um, because he's picking up a job from some yakuza to deliver something to an active fucking gang fight.
Yes.
And they're just like, "You better not fuck it up or you're dead meat." And he doesn't even bother to respond with that. He's just like, "I don't fail." And we see why he doesn't fail, because he peels off into traffic, and as soon as there is an appreciable amount of traffic, he hit the button on the side of his motorcycle that shoots grapnels out of the front of it. And he just starts to fucking Spider-Man it down the way.
He's like driving on the side of buildings. I was like, what the fuck is this bike?
Well, actually, you know what it is he's fucking riding Cavaliere from DMC5. He's
Holy
riding
shit, you're
Dante's
so
motorcycle
right.
sword.
Oh
But
man, that's so true.
but but yeah, I was marveling at this. I was like, wow, the architecture of the future is so strong after having a fucking 700-pound motorcycle slam into it multiple times.
You know what? I bet there's a lot of people with motorcycles that just do that in the future. So the
Yeah,
buildings have to be built that way.
the glass is incredible. That's
God.
incredible fucking shatterproof glass. Um, but yeah, and well, except when the glass does shatter. Glass on the outside windows,
Mhm.
tough as steel.
Yeah.
Glass in the skylight shatters. Um,
Yeah. It ain't gonna
because
make it.
yeah, he comes down in the middle of a warehouse where like 100 dudes on either side of the warehouse are just shooting at each other,
Yeah.
and they all stop whenever he comes through, and he just says, "This is for you."
Yep.
And yeah, the next scene is him outside. He's just like he's having a smoke. He's calling her dad.
I knew
No,
it.
but he's just standing there, and he gets a message on his phone, and all the phones have this fucking AR projected reality shit. I don't know whether it's
It's a
actual.
lot.
I think it's just actual holograms,
Yeah.
but he gets a message almost immediately that's just being like, "Hey, take this briefcase to Cutthroat, 100 million yen." And he looked over, and there's oh yeah, and it says look to your right, and there's a briefcase on the ground. When he looks back, his phone has just registered that his bank got a deposit for 100 million yen,
Yeah.
and he's just like, can't refuse it, huh?
Yep.
Um, we got away from him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna now go into
We
a
have
series of very rapid like character
we have to
introductions.
meet the gang.
We gotta
We have
meet
to
the
meet the
gang.
Magnificent Seven. The hateful six.
Yeah.
Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But the
Yeah.
episode title is 7.
Um. So yeah. The first of them we're going to meet is Brawler.
Yes.
So what the deal with Brawler is he is he supposed to be black,
I think so. Yeah, I mean
or
he's got
is
yeah,
is he is he textually a black man, or
I think
is he an anime black flavored man?
no, I think he's supposed to be black.
We can proceed on this assumption if we so desire.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, you know what? He reminds me of one of those guys from one of the Devil Summoner games. Now that I look at him,
Huh.
weird thought. We're not talking about SMT right now. But yeah, what Brawler's deal is Brawler loves to fight. Full stop.
He loves exploding entire armies at a time of weird
of,
little
of,
robots.
of weird little robots,
He's
because yeah,
just sitting on a pile of them.
yeah, well, yeah, I wasn't going to mention that yet, because there's a little police robot saying surrender peacefully, surrender peacefully. It looks like a little trash can with little tentacle limbs on it, and he's just like,
Mhm.
you're going to need about 1,000,000 more of your friends if you want to take me down, because on the reverse shot, he is sitting on top of a mountain of their broken robot bodies.
It's very funny.
um, and as soon as he says that, about 12 dozen more filter into the alley, and he's just like, all right, now we're
He's
talking.
like, well, it's not 1,000,000, but I'll take it. Damn.
And yeah, he just proceeds to whooping the shit out of a bunch of robots.
Mhm.
Uh, the fight choreography is not fantastic, but he looks like he's
Yeah.
having a good time.
He's having fun. It's fine.
He's tearing up some robots, and when he's done, he's just like, I suppose that was pretty satisfying. And he gets a message on his phone that just says, the Kansai police are the best in the world, so consider that testing your metal. And he's
Mhm.
just like, oh, you want to test my metal, huh? And then who's next? Is it Hacker or Doctor?
Hacker is
I think it's a
next.
Hacker because
Yeah.
so Hacker is the
He's
your
the
regular
most
old
stereotypical hacker you've ever seen in one
your
of
regular
these.
old computer twink.
Yeah.
He's just like, I think I'll hack into the Kansai Central Bank today, and he just does it.
Yep.
It's not even like it's not really even interesting hacking. He's just sort of got like the one interesting thing about it is that like he's it's sort of implied to be like freakishly talented at this because you can see his eye moving at like a speed that doesn't make any sense. It's really
Yeah.
creepy.
he
He's
just
all,
he just does it.
he's like steps away from doing like the puppet master shit from Ghost in the Shell,
Hmm.
where they split their fingers and hack.
Yeah.
But but yeah, he does that, and he's just like, oh, that wasn't that hard. And he gets a message to be like, just like, here's a game for you, free cutthroat, and you get 100 million yen. And
Hmm.
he's just like, maybe I'll try that. Uh, the next one has to be Doctor, because
Yes,
she's
the
the
next one
last one that
is
we're familiar with at this
yes.
point.
Well,
Um,
kind of. We get
um,
a joke character also
mhm,
a little
uh,
further on.
and also there's a named character that wasn't introduced in the first
Oh, yeah, I
episode.
guess that's
I'll
true.
mention this because it shows up in one of these scenes. We cut back to lady, to ordinary person, and she's
Hmm.
pleading her case to a police robot, and he's just like, "That sounds like fraud. You seem like a real swindler."
Yeah.
And she's like,
So,
"No, this money isn't mine. I was going to give it back to the guy." It's just like you
hmm
had cash and you didn't pay her. He's being
yeah.
like a little robot cunt about it.
Yes.
um,
A cab.
but even robots.
Even robots.
Um, but behind her, there is a big picture of a bunch of these people because they're relatively famous fugitives. And there is a sniper listed who does not
Oh.
appear in this episode,
Yeah, they're not in the credits either. Or not in
um,
the character list that I'm looking at.
which would be very funny if they just fucking forgot to put him in.
You're like, there's too many of these. Let's just skip that one.
Too many of these assholes. Um, but yeah, the next one is where we have a scene on a subway train,
Hmm.
uh, and a man is dying.
He's like
Uh,
having a heart attack or
in a very
something.
normal way. He clutches his chest and he falls to the ground. He's like, "Oh God!" He's like, oh God, oh God."
We need
Uh,
a doctor.
and then yeah, another guy in the train is just like, "Oh God, is there a doctor around?" And
Famous
there,
last fucking words.
unfortunately, there is a doctor.
Unfortunately, this is not the doctor you wanted to be around.
She's like the scary nurse trope, but she's like more sadomasochist about it. Um,
She's so evil and
She is
scary.
she is so evil. We
Yeah.
should note every time they introduce these characters, they get their own different style, like Flash intro.
Yeah, they get their like character card. They get sort of like their is it a bounty or it's like
It's their estimated sentence if they were caught.
that's what it was. It's
Hers is
yeah.
like 394 years.
Yeah.
Um, so and also the style changes. They turn into Gurren Lagann
Yeah,
during those segments.
it's
They get really
strange.
thick black lines. Uh, I really liked it.
Mhm.
But but yeah, she's just like, move out of the way. She's just like, it's a simple heart attack. It's just like he just needs a little surgery. It's just like, oh God, should we get him to a hospital? And she's like, with me here, it's not necessary at all. And God, did she just start going in on him?
And then you
Um,
see just like spurts of blood popping up and you're just like, "Oh, he didn't make
she's
it."
wrist deep in this man, and
Uh-oh.
actually, the thing is, I think he does make it,
But no
but it
one else on the bus
yeah,
makes it.
it's gonna be really unpleasant for him to wake up. But yeah, she's like wrist deep and there's blood flying everywhere. And the guy
Mhm.
from before is just like, lady, that's enough. And he doesn't even finish the sentence because she has just tossed a scalpel into his forehead and killed him.
Yeah.
And yeah, she finishes up the heart surgery and sews him up. So I think he's the only person that survives on that subway
Fucked
car
up. It's
because
so
everybody else is
scary.
dead.
It's really scary.
Um, yeah, that's the last of them to get introduced.
For now. Like I
Uh,
said, we're gonna get a joke character.
I did the lady scene out of order because it happens now, and while she's talking to this robot, another robot crashes through the window, like smoking in wreckage.
Mm-hmm.
Because Brawler is outside going to attack the police station with his fists.
Yes. The station is under attack.
It is assault on precinct 13.
Yeah. Because
One man with his
that's where
fists.
Cutthroat is. Have we mentioned Cutthroat?
Yeah. Everywhere around the city, there's been this thing that's just like cutthroat public execution
Yes.
today, and all of these guys got various instructions about cutthroat
Yeah,
to
they
get
gotta
their
go
robots.
rescue. Who's
One
the
of
first
the
to rescue Cutthroat?
one of them notably is not ordered to rescue cutthroat,
Yeah.
but yeah, his approach is he is going to go in there and get him.
Mm-hmm.
There is
He's
one
just
step to this plan, and it is punch.
Yep.
He is fighting 10,000 robots in the street,
And he's having a great
and he's
time.
having a blast.
I cannot fault him.
And lady is just like, Akudama here at the police station? Uh,
No
and
way.
and actually, there's a lot more than you saw because, yeah, Hacker's there. He's standing on top of a building, and he's just like, who does a frontal assault? Well, he'll be a good distraction. And he steps on some, like, stupid little drone shoes. He's got drones.
Mm-hmm. It's very silly.
And Doctor is beneath on the street and like a much more normal person. She's like, oh, I'll just slip in through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and finally, we cut back to Brawler almost finishing the robots, but somebody has jumped a fucking motorcycle over him, and Akira slid into two human guards
Yeah, they do
who
that.
who disappear from the scene. I assume he atomized them.
Yeah.
Um,
They didn't make it.
so yeah, very quickly we proceed inside. Hacker has managed to insinuate himself into the security room. Apparently he just subdued the guards personally. I don't know how. Probably with his dumb little drones.
With his
Um,
mind powers. I don't know.
um the police chief finally gets a report that, hey, we're under fucking attack.
He's like, move the execution up. Do it
Yeah,
now.
he's just like, yeah, we got to kill him now. And the guy's just
Kill
like,
him.
what? And he's just like, get him.
Kill him.
Take me down to the fucking execution grounds. Um, Courier and Brawler face off in the right before the elevator because there's a big elevator that goes down, and that's the only way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
They face off for a second, but they are enveloped in crazy purple knockout gas
There's this,
because
yeah, stink cloud. Doctor is
because
here.
because Doctor is here. And she's just like, got the competition out of the way. All right, now to get in through this, who's grabbing my ankle? Because yeah, it's not enough to put Brawler down. He's like a fucking mutant from X-Men. Like,
She's like, that would have killed an elephant.
so Brawler does the funniest thing of the whole episode, in which Brawler fully throws her through the ceiling like a
Which
football.
which also is where Hacker is. So they
Yeah,
both
he collapses the floor of the security room, so we get the
Yeah.
hacker as well.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. Now they're all in the room.
Uh, they're all in the room. They're in a standoff because Hacker has his drones, and he's just like, these drones can shoot plasma that'll vaporize. You're not even listening to me. What the fuck? His courier has a gun drawn, uh, and Doctor's getting up, and he's just like, "How are you alive?" It's like, "I could stitch up my own wounds." And it's like they didn't show that.
They didn't. There was no time. Who knows?
And they're all having a standoff until somebody enters the room, uh, chasing a cat because
Yep,
lady
it's our ordinary girl.
has chased a black cat in here because it's too dangerous. This place is under assault by supervillains.
She's like, look out, kitty, there's dangerous villains about. They
And she
all
has,
look at her.
and they all turn and look at her, and she's like, "You guys know who that is?" Like, I don't know who that is. It's like, and she's just like, "Hey, it's the Takoyaki guy," and she's like, "That's your girlfriend? You brought your girlfriend?" She's like, "I don't know her. Let's kill her."
Everyone's like, yeah, let's kill her.
Yeah, let's kill her. And she's just like, "I'm a swindler." The reason I'm not on the list of Akudama is because I tricked it.
Works.
And
This is such a stupid bluff. They just go with it. They're just like, oh wow,
it's a
that's
really stupid
impressive.
bluff, and they decide to like extend her like professional courtesy and not summarily execute her. I'm just like, this is a bizarre gambit. Let's see how it
Very funny.
pans out. Um,
I kind of love it.
Intruding into this scene is the elevator because somebody's just like, "Hey, did you call the elevator?" No, there's a tank inside. There's like a big robot spider tank.
Yep.
Everybody is displeased by this except for Brawler, who's pumped because he wants to fight the tank.
Yep.
He's a simple man.
He has one joy.
I understand him. The man, he loves to punch. Um, unfortunately, I don't like him as much as I could like a guy who loves to punch, and I think it's just because they just don't give him enough personality.
There's more episodes. The
They
personality may come. Who knows?
they could extend on this man, but we're not. But it's not our job
It's
to
yeah.
speculate
This
about
is
what
the one
happens in
episode rule, baby. One
future
and
episodes.
done.
But yeah, we cut from there down to some surprisingly complicated execution grounds because there's a live audience. It's like a Roman arena down there, and they're gonna do a cutthroat in with a fucking guillotine.
With the with a real ass guillotine. It's fucking huge and shiny. He is a white-haired anime boy.
He is a white-haired anime boy with like a fucked up like ball gag and like blindfold situation going on. And they're very clearly doing the like the preamble to the execution on like 1.25 speed. They're just like, okay, so here's the crimes, and we're gonna
Yeah.
It's like, are we ready to fucking drop the blade?
And we're gonna kill him now. Good luck.
We're gonna do the countdown. And they started at like 10, 9, 8, and a tank falls through the ceiling.
Yep, it's the spider tank. Did we introduce Hoodlum yet?
No, not quite yet. Because during this rampage, he'll show up.
Right.
They all fall through the ceiling, and they fall into the underground prison beneath the police station. This is troubling. This is like a troubling, like centralizing of the criminal justice system.
It's fine. The Panopticon cannot hurt you.
I think maybe it can.
It can't hurt you.
But yeah, they all fall through the ceiling, and yeah, poor ordinary girl is like stuck to the tank by like the strap of her bag, and she's still got the cat.
Yep.
And when she falls off, eventually she falls down basically on another guy, and he gets his own shitty little like flashcard introduction, and his sentence is like 4 years.
Yeah, this is our joke character. This is gonna be my favorite. This is gonna be my favorite guy. I'm just gonna call it right now.
He's got a blonde pompadour and looks like he's trying to either run like a Yakuza outfit or like an extreme discount Tyler Durden look.
He seems like a shitty little guy, and I'm here for it.
My headcanon is that his 4-year sentence is due to like defrauding people by selling them fake weed.
He spray painted over like someone's like
spray painted over the headlights of somebody's car. Looking at this, looking at my anime list, he's apparently in prison for theft and blackmail.
Whoa. Okay.
He's stealing from the Claires. But
seems fine.
But yeah, he's just like, well, 100 million yen, because he overhears them talk about it. He's just like, let me in on this one.
Count me in.
And then they get into a fight in the execution arena while the cops are just like trying to speed things up even more. A bunch of stupid shit happens. Brawler like quote unquote fights the tank, but all it is him posing, talking about how he's gonna fight the tank. They haven't animated him punching the tank. He
doesn't really do anything here.
Courier fights the tank more directly because he hits it with his motorcycle, which has purple lightning. It has
Yes.
purple lightning. It is fucking Cavalgare from
I
Final
do
Fantasy?
kind of
Not Final Fantasy, fucking
Devil May Cry.
DMC5.
Yeah. Do
Um,
kind of love this scene.
uh, and yeah, yeah. They fight the tank. Some stuff collapses, like the big CRT monitors at the top collapse on the guillotine
Hmm.
after Doctor has assaulted the guards with a
Hmm.
syringe.
Yes.
um, uh, some stuff falls on Courier's bike, and the tank is about to blow him up. Uh, the young lady is still hung up on giving him his 500 yen coin back. And she's just like,
So stupid.
he's like, "Hey, Mr. Tank, there's a real Akudama over here too." And she points to Hoodlum, and he's just like, "What? What the fuck?"
She's like, you bitch.
Because he was already on the verge of cowarding out when he saw the
Yeah.
tank.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, oh.
Um, Courier gets the bike to do its fucking electric mayhem attack and destroys the tank. It straight up says he won't thank her. Um, and they're all gathered there, and it's just like, huh, fight's over, huh? It's just like, all right, let's see who rescues Cutthroat. And the police chief is still there, and he's just like, haha, none of you are gonna rescue Cutthroat. You see, we're gonna kill him, and somebody's decapitated me.
Yeah. He dies.
Uh,
He just dies right then and there. Head goes
the,
away.
that is the first head of Cutthroat's flash card intro where he cuts off 99 people's fucking heads. He's a
999.
he's a stank boy. Don't
Yeah,
like
it's
him.
not great.
He's a murder man.
He's
I
got
mean,
like really stinky energy too. He's a supreme nasty boy here.
so yeah, he's freed himself, and everybody's kind of speechless until Courier just walks up to him and hands him a briefcase and says, "Your delivery." And everybody's just like, "Oh, Courier had a different job than the rest of us," and he's just like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh boy!" And he opens the briefcase, and while they're talking about it, they don't notice that he's fucking flash stepped behind each of them and locked a fucking bomb collar on them.
Why how is this the second episode in a row that we've got a fucking bomb collar plot?
Listen, it's the trend of 2024. Bomb collars,
Not
bomb collar stories all
we dead
year.
moneyed him again. Come
Um,
on.
so yeah, they're just like, oh shit, what gives? Uh, Lady has one, or
He's like
swindler as she is now.
she's like, I didn't even ask for this. Come
I didn't even
on.
ask for this. And there's also a police officer in the background who's just like, what the hell is on my head? Heck, get this thing off of me. While Brawler is talking about, well, I could just pull this off. And yeah, he just he just looks over at the police officer, and his fucking head comes off
Yeah.
just like that. Bang.
He tried to remove it, I suppose, and it didn't go well for him.
So that's what was in the briefcase, and now they're all fucked because everybody in the room has one of these collars. Even
Uh-huh.
weirdly, Cutthroat has
Yeah.
his own.
He seems hype about it though.
He seems hype about it. And they're just like, "What's the meaning of this?" And he's just like, "I don't fucking know. This is as far as I. This is all I know." And the black cat
Yeah.
that Swindler has been holding and stands on her head and pipes up and says, "Ah, good, you're all here."
It's like,
And
oh, not the fucking cat. Oh
not the
god.
fucking cat. Monokuma is here.
No.
Fucking death games now.
It's funny
Um,
you say that because I'm pretty sure I don't remember who it was, but one of the Danganronpa people was involved with this.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't remember if it's like a writer or a director or something. But you
uh,
can
and
smell the influence.
and then we segue into some real ass butt rock with
Oh yeah.
incomprehensible English lyrics.
I don't even remember what they said.
And yeah, that's the episode. Um,
Yeah, it's
I want to mention this before we continue. There was a visual thing they did that I really liked,
mhm.
which is whenever they change scenes, they would bring in the next scene like piece by piece, sliding it in.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
So in one of the scenes, it's like all four walls and the floor of a scene come in
Mhm.
at different times, and then another time is foreground, background, middle ground, just slide in. and slot together. I was just like,
Yeah.
it's really neat. I'm
It's
a
really
sucker
cool.
for it. I'm a sucker for that kind of stylish shit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um. Anyway, what do we think in general?
Overall, I think I enjoyed this. I think this first episode was maybe a little fast-paced in a sense. Like, I get that they had like a lot of characters to introduce.
I do appreciate that they didn't waste too much time on
Yeah.
exposition. Like we don't really know what an Akudama is.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
thing. It's
it's
them.
it's just very high energy the whole time. Like it doesn't stop. And it's almost to a degree where it's like bordering on too much. I think it was fine, but it could that's just what I think. But I had a good time, so I don't know.
I liked most of the visuals of this.
Mhm.
The actual animation was a little suspect because they
A
didn't
little in
they didn't
some
really push
places.
anything
Yeah.
or do anything too interesting. Like Brawler supposedly fights, but he doesn't
Mhm.
fight.
You're
It's just
right.
him throwing robots around.
Yeah. Um
And my only other complaint is that some of these characters feel a little flat.
hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Again, I'm giving it time. I'm willing to give this a chance for them to
yeah,
develop in some sense.
like the only ones I would say like have like an immediately like rounded out personality are like Doctor and Hoodlum because it's just like and they're very simple personalities.
Hmm.
He's scum and she's a fucking psychopathic surgeon.
Yeah.
um,
But I
so
think it's funny that we've got a setup where this a very ordinary person has accidentally become ingrained in this
yeah, she's accidentally
high-powered crime
entered
group.
the fucking supervillain death game. Yeah.
Yes. I think that that's funny.
Oh
I
yeah,
like that.
Hoodlum got dragged along too, so
Yeah,
he's
he did.
he's only like a step further along
Mhm.
the crime experience track. He's just like, I know how to do blackmail.
Uh-huh.
Um,
This will help me. I think
this will
it's
help me.
funny that the cat was the plot twist. I did circle cat like
Mhm.
my second note in.
They don't even give the cat a name. It's just Black Cat.
Black cat. Black cat.
Um, so
Um
yeah, are we gonna watch more of this?
I think that I would be willing to watch more of this. I don't know if it'll be the first thing I go to, but like I could definitely see myself throwing this on.
I watch so few anime anymore. This probably, like, I'm sorry, this probably can't make a dent in the season of bangers that I have to watch.
Yeah, that's completely fair. But it did have some aesthetics going.
Yeah, it had some style, I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably won't be continuing. Um,
Fair enough.
uh,
If I watch more, I'll give you the update.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to introduce yourself to us by how many years you think you should spend in prison, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. You can come on down and strap a bomb collar onto us. Don't do that.
You
You're
can
at,
try.
you can try come down to at one episode cast on Twitter or Blue Sky. Um, catch us if you can, I guess.
My my estimated prison sentence is 0. They
Oh,
s-
because
they s-
they
they
can't catch you.
simply could not incarcerate.
Listen. I'm going to be the one scooping the cat up off the street. It's me,
It is
unfortunately.
pointless to try.